Hi everybody, Mayor Tom Schneider here. We're near the corner of St. Francis and Boone, and we're here on this festive evening to honor a great friend of Florissant, the late Johnny Londoff Sr. And this will be the 24th plaque that we'll be installing in our walk through history. We recognize individuals that have made a valuable contribution to life here in Florissant and the wholesome fabric of our beautiful city. And also it provides another attraction for visitors to come and pay tribute to Old Town and to enjoy our rich history. I'd like to acknowledge Old Town partners. They've done a great job of revitalizing Old Town, and we have a number of members here tonight. And we also have several members of the City Council. We have Jackie Pagano and Tim Jones, and we have Gerard Henke. Is there any other councilmen that made it? Tim Jones. Well, I said Tim Jones, and Chief Lowry is here. And I'm going to introduce a man that's kind of shy at the microphone. It's kind of hard to get him to talk in front of camera. Johnny Londoff Jr. is here to introduce the Londoff family and talk a little bit about his father.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Mayor, thank you very, very much. This is a great honor to the family. I have my beautiful family behind me. My wife Mimi, my son John, Sam, Harry. Young Tim Londoff is studying hard at the University of Dayton to make sure that he'll come back, and if he's lucky, we might just let him get into the business here in Florissant, Missouri. But great honor, and thank you very much again, Mayor, and to the city of Florissant, who obviously I felt like I've spent most of my waking hours here from the age of about 9 and 10, and my father, and thank you to Old Town Partners. It's a great honor. You know, my dad loved Florissant. When he got his Chevy franchise, it was located in Wellston in 1957. Then he was supposed to have the dealership completed in 1959. Well, he kind of drug his feet because they wanted it to go from where the Jack in the Box is down Washington, and he said, well, I want to go where that gas station is down Route 66. And the executives from GM said, well, that gas station's on the corner. We want you to have a corner. He goes, don't these cars run on gas? So one of the executives said, that's a great point, Londoff. So that's why my dad was such a great salesman, but also just a great lover of charity, with my little sister Jackie, who couldn't be here with us today, but she's here in spirit because he was just so committed, not only to his family, but to Jackie and other special needs children, and then adults around the St. Louis metropolitan area. But again, city of Florissant, as Garrett Morris would say, Saturday Night Live, has been Betty good to the Londoff family, okay? Very, very good, and I can't thank the Florissant community enough for what it's given to my dad and the generation of my father and his team, and now my sons and myself growing another round of business. We're expanding. We've got a service edition going on, so, we're going to be here in Florissant for a long, whether you love us or not, we're going to be here in Florissant for a long time to come. So thank you again very much. It's a great honor. Now, do I own this little section of Florissant now with this plaque?
Yes, you do.
I own a building and lot up the street a little bit, but just wondering if I own this.
Now you own this whole slab.
Honey, I know where we're coming to a picnic from now on. Coming right here to our little section of Florissant again. But thank you very much, Mayor. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. As you choose, who's from the family is going to unveil the plaque in a minute?
Well, I will technically.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that in just a second. This is a synopsis of what is on the plaque. This is a little more wordy than the plaque, but we can only fit so many words on the plaque. This is pretty much what it says is that Johnny Londoff Sr. was a family businessman, veteran, having served in the Marine Corps, a philanthropist, and a celebrity. In 1940, John Londoff Sr. Founded Londoff Motors with his dad, Harry. Mr. Londoff later joined the Marines and was in World War II. Mr. Londoff was a huge supporter of the Variety Club Telethon and was named Man of the Year for raising millions for children with the help of his celebrity friends like Sammy Davis Jr. and others. His newspaper column promoted citizenship, philanthropy, and community. In 1999, John Londoff Jr., to my right, became president of Johnny Londoff Chevrolet, and with his sons continues his father's legacy of customer satisfaction and community service. And we appreciate your community service very much.
Thank you very much.
One last comment I'd like to make before we unveil the plaque is that about a year ago, a little over a year ago, we, the Ferguson Florissant School District, was badly in need of some additional funds. And they had failed the year before. It didn't look like it was going very well in 2014. And I asked Johnny to join me to get on the media, on the radio and newspapers and so forth. He even did a robocall, and that tax did pass. Very, very much appreciated by the Ferguson-Florissant School District officials, and so good for education of our community. And I also want to thank you for the scholarship program that you're continuing, that your father started, to award college scholarships to the seniors of our high schools. Thank you very much. Now, we'll unveil the plaque. All right. Our 24th plaque in our walk through history. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Now, would Michelle Cordy join me and talk a little bit about your parents and introduce your family?
I didn't know I had to do that. Sure. Oh, okay. Well, where to start? Okay, that's my brother-in-law, Jake, and his baby, Haley. I'm sorry, son-in-law, Marty, Ellie, my niece, Rita, Leo, my sister Mary Jo, Carla, sister Carla, her son Keith, my sister Kathy, my sister's husband Dan, my sister's daughter Jen, my sister Laura, my sister Marty, my daughter Lindsay, my granddaughter Riley, my daughter Andrea, my sister-in-law Pat. Yes. There's Jean, Karen, Cindy, Jeff. We're everywhere. Oh, my husband John is cooking on the hot dog stand somewhere. He's back there. Kimberly, my niece, is over there. There she is. I think I have everybody, and if I don't, I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you all for coming out. This is very special to, my son Craig and his wife Aubrey. But anyway, thank you. It's such an honor to do this for my mom and dad. Of course, we all know that they're deserving of it, just for being our parents. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, Michelle. As I said before, we'll have the plaque to install in the sidewalk. I'm not sure exactly which slab we're going to be using, but it's not quite ready yet, but we do have a facsimile. So I'm going to read that. We're going to uncover it without knocking it down. And it says, Frank B. Cordy, 8 September 1916, 5 November 2002, and Josephine Joe Cordy, 23 January 1920, 12 April 2015. Frank and Joe married in 1943 and opened Cordy Hardware at 610 St. Francis in 1946. Devoted to family and faith, they put a priority on community service with leadership roles in fire department, hospital, chamber, Valley of Flowers, historical preservation, St. Ferdinand Shrine, Knights, Rotary, Mary Grove, and others, receiving prestigious recognition. Married over 50 years, raising 11 children, their successful hard work and commitment is an example of dedication to inspire future generations of Florissant families. And I think they were also the original members of the Chamber of Commerce, right? There's only a few of them left, and there's about 4 original members of the Florissant Chamber of Commerce. So anyway, congratulations. Well, hello everybody. We have another beautiful day here in the beautiful city of Florissant. We're here in front of 525 Rue St. Francis, the marketplace store. And we're ready to dedicate the 23rd plaque in our walkthrough history. These plaques help us to reflect on what a rich history we have here in Old Town and give people an opportunity or a reason to come to Old Town and spend some of their riches on some of the businesses that are here on St. Francis Street. I'm going to turn this over to our Council President Joe Egan, so he can introduce the council members. Also, I think I saw Senator Gina Walsh is here.
Thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the council, I'm pleased to be here this evening. I would like to welcome Judge Boyle is with us today, and Chief Lowry's here. Also, Councilman Tim Lee from Ward 1, Councilman Tim Jones from Ward number 2, Councilman Shodroff from Ward number 5, and Councilman Henke from Ward number 6. I don't believe anyone else has showed up yet.
I think Jackie Pagano's on her way.
Ms. Pagano was supposed to be here. And maybe Mr. Schmidt's on his way here as well. At any rate, on behalf of the City Council, we want to welcome everybody. Thank you, Mayor.
I'd also like to acknowledge we have some former council members with us tonight. We have Bob Garrett, who used to represent Ward 6, and Kenny Bond used to represent Ward 7, and Dave Roth used to represent Ward 9. Any other former council members here? We have Judge Boyle here, Father Ulrich, Monsignor Ulrich from Sacred Heart is here. Monsignor, you want to come and say a little prayer for these proceedings to bless these this new plaque for Don Zyken Sr.
Gracious God, we thank you today as we gather to honor dear Donald and his years of service to our community here of Florissant. Bless our gathering, bless his dear wife and kids and all of the family and friends that gather today. Bless us, and may we be as faithful and dedicated to our community as was Don. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Monsignor. At this time, I'd like to invite Don Zyken Jr. to introduce the Zyken family.
Mayor, thank you very much. I certainly do appreciate it. What I'd like to say to everybody here, a tribute to a person really is all about his friends. And we wouldn't be here today if he didn't have any friends and we didn't have anybody that remembered him or anybody who could look back and remember that. I mean, this is just a wonderful legacy for my father and our family, and we certainly appreciate it. I'm not going to get into all that. My mom's going to thank you more coming up. But my job in all of this is to try to remember all the family members so she's not embarrassed later on. So I'm going to end with her. But my brother Steve is here with his wife Monique. My brother Connie is here with her husband Dave Roth and sister. And one of her sons is here. Andy, where are you at? Andy's right behind her. My sister Marilyn is here, and her husband Tim Foddy over here, and she's got two boys, Brian and Kevin, that are here. Joshua, Steve's son, is here too. I didn't see Josh earlier. My sons, Jason and Donnie, are here, and my daughter Karen is here. Donnie's wife, Jill, is here. They just got married, so I got to really remember that one. So it's a wonderful day. We're very proud of it. My father just absolutely loved Florissant and loved St. Francis Street. And I've probably said enough, so I'm going to turn it over to Mom. Now, we got to be a little quiet to hear her talk, but she's not quite as loud as me. But anyway, my beautiful mother, Grace Zyken, she's going to fill you in with some other things. So.
Well, first of all, you all know that I'm not a speaker. I'm a talker, but not a speaker.
I don't think the mic is working.
Please. Okay, I want to thank the mayor, first of all, for being so kind. One night on the street when they had Mr. and Mrs. Cordy's dedication, he came over to me and said he wanted to talk to me. I thought, oh, brother, I didn't do anything. Blame it on the kids. Whatever they did, they did. But I do want to thank you and the city of Florissant for being so generous and recognizing my husband, Don. And I want to thank Florissant Old Town Partners, and I don't know if Katie's here, but there's many members of Florissant Old Town Partners who I know were behind some of this too. My husband, Don, over the years loved Florissant and the people here. Don and his two brothers, Ed and Joe, who were in the business they were in the business together. They were very hardworking and dedicated to Florissant and all of North County. They fully believed in supporting the community and giving back to the area that was so generous to he, his two brothers, and our families. Don loved family. He loved friends, and he loved the community. Some of his earliest of interests were the Chamber, the Sacred Heart Church, and school, and team, and Rotary, and North County Incorporated, the Sheltered Workshop, and many, 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 many others. Later in life, Don invested in what he believed in, and that is Florissant Old Town. We were property owners of many of the properties at one time on St. Francis, and we improved and enhanced all of them. By Don's example, the family still continues to support and return to the community that gave us so much. Florissant, and especially Old Town, has always been a passion for us and continues to be. Thank you so much for the wonderful tribute and endorsement of Don's legacy. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Now, to close the proceedings, I'm going to go ahead and read the text for the record so that the audience that are watching this cable program. Now, just a clarification, this is not an amplification microphone, as you probably already could tell. It's for the cable show. It's Don R. Zyken Sr., 25 September 1932, 1 March 1999. If nobody can, Zy can. Don Zyken Sr. co-owned Zyken Brothers Solid Waste with his brothers Ed and Joe. Their Florissant-based business was founded in 1932 by their father, John M. Zyken. In 1951, Don married Florissant native Grace Ebesmeyer, and they raised 5 children and served on the boards of many civic organizations with a passion for philanthropy. His priorities were family, friends, and community service, with the mission always to give back and help others. Congratulations. And for the record, Jackie Pagano showed up, and so did Mike O'Mara, county councilman. Thank you, Bob. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, hello, everybody. Welcome to the city of Florissant. We're at the Tower Park tennis courts, and we're here to dedicate the newly renovated courts that are done in post-tension concrete. They're the first of their kind in the city of Florissant. The project was funded through a grant from St. Louis County Municipal Park Grant Program and the St. Louis County Municipal League. And they're represented here today by the Executive Director, Pat Kelly. Pat?
Thank you very much. It's great to be here representing the League and the St. Louis County Park Commission. These are the kinds of projects that all of us as residents of St. Louis County can be proud of. It's a great addition to your community and a great addition for the park system in St. Louis County. So congratulations. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Pat. And this will no surprise I like Ms. Pagano, our council vice president, to say a few words. The city council was very instrumental in initiating this project. I'd also like to recognize former Ward 6 council member Pat Stinnett, who was very interested in this project. And I'd like for at least, if you can designate someone else, if you don't want to do it, I'd like for somebody from the council to speak on this project.
I would like Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
He's senior member. I was not.
All right, I just want to take the opportunity to thank everybody on the council for their support of this project, and it was a long time coming, but we've created an area here that is just going to be a focal point for anybody traveling in this area, and I think our goal would be to see tennis kind of come back. It's kind of gone away for a while now, and we're going to have a high school match here in just an hour or so, and would like to see this to be a well-utilized facility. So thanks everybody for joining us today, and thanks the mayor for his leadership in getting this thing through, and the Parks Department and everybody for the grant program, and we're ready to cut it, Mayor.
All right. The total cost of the project was about $266,000, and 20% of that was by the city of Florissant and 80% by the Parks Grant Program. So we're very grateful. We've been very successful. I'd like to thank Todd Smith, our Parks Director, and let him say a few words for their leadership in getting not only this grant, but grants consistently throughout the years. Todd?
Senior member.
Well, I just want to reiterate basically what everybody else has been saying today, is that very proud to be able to have these tennis courts offered to not just the Florissant residents, but the North County region. Want to thank the mayor, the city council for their support, and had a lot of support too. I want to point out that Tim Barrett, our city engineer, was very instrumental in getting this grant through and getting the project through. VJ Construction, the general contractor, did an outstanding job with the work they've done. So there's a lot of people here that are certainly due a lot of thanks. Looking forward to how the tennis courts are going to play out. I told the mayor a long time ago that I think if we build it, they will come. And I've seen over the last few days that people have been out here playing tennis, and it's nice to see. So looking forward to it, and hope you guys come out and visit the Tower Court Park tennis courts.
Thank you, Todd. Is Joe Littleton here from the contractor? I'd like for you to come up for say a few words. Come on. Anyway, they did an outstanding job, as everybody can see. Well, I was watching them when they did the final pour, and they were very careful with it, very, very diligent in the job that they did, and the final product is just outstanding. I'm sure it's going to grow the game of tennis in Florissant. Rebirth in tennis is a very wholesome sport, and we're hoping to have a lot of activity here, and hopefully it'll spill over into some of our other courts also. Here with us today is Charlie Dial, and he is a 98 years old, young, still interested in tennis, still hits a tennis ball, and his son John, his grandson Adam, and great-grandson Owen, they're all here in Florissant, and they're going to actually cut the ribbon for us today.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
We got to pull it real tight.
Put it tight. Okay. Get inside.
There we go. You back at it.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We're going to take a few, try to get a photo of ceremonial first serve from Mr. Dial, and we'll take a few photos. Other than that, I appreciate we got some cookies and refreshments for you, and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day.